Hello everyone, this is Shivashankar Pandian. You are currently watching the 11th part video of our 100 plus idiom series. Let's get started. The first idiom is add insult to injury, which means to make a bad situation worse. You can understand this idiom with an example. They rejected his application for the job, and to add insult to injury, they also refused to pay his expenses. This idiom has its origin in Aesop fables. The next idiom is at the drop of a hat. It means to do something immediately without hesitation or anyone asking you to do so. Let's see an example. We now live in a world where laws are bent at the drop of a hat. This idiom has its origin in boxing. Today we used to ring a bell to inform the fighters that the match has begun and they can fight with each other. In those days, a hat or a cap will be dropped by the referee. This same signaling was used in many other sports too. The third idiom is between the devil and the deep blue sea. It refers to a situation where one should choose between two very different unpleasant situations. The choice given here is not much of a choice at all. Either way, you end up with an unpleasant thing. I hope you can understand this idiom with an example. The police knew that he had drugs in his car, so he became trapped between the devil and the deep blue sea. Either lie to the police or admit that the drugs belonged to him. Let's see a similar idiom to this, which will be even more interesting. Between cilla and Charybdis. This idiom refers to a situation where you are threatened by two equally dangerous situations at the same time. If you succeed in avoiding one, you will definitely fall victim to the other. Here's an example. I am between cilla and Charybdis. If I don't take another loan and go deeper into the debt, I cannot pay off the debts I already owe. There is a famous mythology behind this idiom. Cilla and Charybdis are two monsters living in a narrow sea passage near Italy. Cilla is a 12-foot, 6-headed female monster. She will tear apart if any sailor accidentally goes near her. Charybdis is a whirlpool. If a sailor goes nearby, it will suck them in. Shakespeare has used this idiom in his famous work The Merchant of Venice. The fifth idiom is big wig. It refers to someone who is very prominent or very powerful. Let's see an example. Stop acting like a bigwig. You are no longer important than the rest of us. In the olden days in Europe, wearing wigs was a fashion. Both men and women wore it. The richer you were, the bigger your wig was. Soon, even common people started wearing similar wigs. As a result, a law was passed declaring that only nobles, judges, and bishops could wear such wigs. Hence the idiom. The next idiom is buttonhole someone. It refers to the act of grabbing someone and forcing them to listen to you. Here's an example. Press reporters buttonholed the officials who came out of the CM's office after the meeting. Originally, this idiom was to buttonhold someone, H-O-L-D, which means holding the button of the shirt so that they won't move and they had no choice but to listen to you. Over a course of time, this idiom has changed and now it's to buttonhole someone. The seventh idiom is cakewalk. When something is referred to as cakewalk, it is very easy to do. Let's see an example. I've been running marathons for years now, so this 5-kilometer run will be a cakewalk for me. This idiom is believed to have its origin in the social dances performed by African American slaves in the southern parts of America. A part of this dance was a competition where participants would imitate the walk of aristocrats. They would also mock the aristocratic mannerisms. Winners would receive a cake as a prize. In the later times, this phrase cakewalk was used to refer something that can be done easily. The next idiom is odds and ends. It refers to the miscellaneous small items and unused objects that has no particular value. Here's an example. My son loves making creative crafts out of the odds and ends he finds in our home. Odds ends as a word originated centuries ago. Back then it referred to small leftovers of a material. The next idiom is Herculean task. It refers to an extremely difficult task or something that is almost impossible to do. Here's an example. The construction of the Tanjore Big Temple must have been an Herculean task. This idiom is based on a Greco-Roman mythology of Hercules. Hercules was considered to be the strongest hero of his times. He always went on great adventures where he defeats all his enemies. In addition, legend says that Hercules completed 12 impossible labors and attained immortality. One such reference was made in our earlier video while explaining the idiom cleanse the Augean stables. The last idiom of this video is apples to oranges. This idiom refers to objects or persons that are not same, which are different even though they may fall into the same category. Here's an example. To compare Italian food with Mexican food is to compare apples with oranges. And this idiom is self-explanatory. If you like this video, kindly subscribe to our channel. Use the bell icon to get notifications whenever we post a new video. Thanks for your time.